Hey everybody, this is Asher, and by popular demand, we're doing some more Dyson Sphere Program, specifically as I'm just idly mousing around the Dyson Sphere. If you watched my last series, I did get mission complete. It was more of a mini-series, quick look, as quick as you can get with Dyson Sphere Program. But this time the goal is pretty simple, to actually just successfully make a Dyson Sphere, which will involve mastering some concepts that I didn't quite nail down on my first playthrough. So let's go ahead and get started here. We're going to be making a new game. However, this is going to be from a seed that I did do some looking offline just to see if there was a seed that I would really like, and hopefully this is the one that I was thinking of. I only had really a few goals for the seed that I was looking for. One is that we'd have a black hole or a neutron star somewhere close to us. Now, this neutron star is incredibly far away. The black hole is fairly closer here, and these seeds can only be numbered here. There's no letters. I can't put like Asher Wells up there. But another thing that I was looking for, though, was to have something that was a little bit more clustered as a star cluster. If you remember from last series, my stuff was all very much a platter. So my hope here is that I'll have some stars that'll be interesting to get a lot of resources from pretty quickly. Like, I'm pretty close to a blue giant. Oh yeah, fancy one-sided magnets, fancy optical crystals. My first and foremost, I'm probably going to want to get fire ice from somewhere if at all possible. And but yeah, organic crystals was really my first big stumbling block playing first time. But like I said, I'm just going to talk a little bit about my early game strategy as we dive into the game start. So hopefully you all are doing well. This intro is going to be about like it is any other time, but as I saw posted on Reddit before, the stars that you see in the sky are the stars that are actually there.
Universe. You may find it's different from our homeland. Should you be able to adapt to the laws of physics in a short time, I am your advisor and will help you through this mission.
Alright, so it looks like we have a lava planet over there. It is a lot of stars. Okay, not the tiny background stars, just the bright fuzzy ones.
Everything here is yours. As one of Cosmo and the pioneer of the Dyson Sphere Program, you will explore this cluster step by step. By using the resources here to construct the Dyson Sphere to provide energy for the center brain to maintain homeland, starting from scratch. I have chosen a designated planet for you to start the mission, which has necessary resources for initial development. Now please drive the space capsule to the planet.
Look, no hands. But yes, I am aware of some of the mods. I did think about looking at some of the mods just to see how many more stars would load and things like that, as we have a nice happy little Jupiter analog over there. But long story short is I'd rather just do an unmodded run, at least at this point, if only so that I can keep my sanity and not have things break in case there's an early access version update.
Now you are about to reach the designated planet.
Thank you, Robot. Now, one thing that I kind of forgot to consider my first playthrough is that I assumed that people were from the star system, but instead they just kind of launched a robot from interstellar space and said, this whole system's yours, but what if it belongs to somebody else? Who knows? Ooh, that is a tiny iron deposit surrounded by water.
This is Icarus, a lightweight industrial mecha with powerful functionality.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and buzz this down.
Or right-click on the destination to control its movement.
And after this, yeah.
You will manipulate Icarus to travel beyond the stars and create miracles.
Okay, now we've done this one time already. Yes, I know. Let's go ahead and go to the gameplay tutorials. Where's my tutorials? Tip level. Only necessary tips. Oh, this tip is necessary. Alright, so let's survey.
And right-click to give a series of commands.
So see right here, we're all the way back at the beginning. We have no idea. Oh my god, you're just going to keep talking.
Click the inventory button in the lower right corner of the screen.
Alright.
Open the cabin to view them.
So I was right about a lava planet. And do we have a different other planet here? No, it's just ice, and it's also Gelisol, so it has some kind of rare resource on it. So interesting. And if we look out just a little bit further at like some of the other stuff. Yes, please shut up.
To rotate the angle of view, or slide the mouse wheel to zoom in and out.
So nice thing is that this black hole is 11 light years away instead of 20 light years away. So if that's where the unipolar magnets are, hopefully it's fairly close. But yeah, we've got a lot of stuff kind of nearby. So let's look at something a little more planetary for a second. Okay, so the tutorial squelching options don't work. Good to know.
Drag to roll the angle of view. Press N key to point to the front to the North Pole.
Well, one of the good things is that
Planet view mode.
oh my god.
The mouse wheel to enter the star map mode.
You are so chatty. But one of the things here is that we do have a little bit of iron, and that'll be enough to start. 5 slots makes it a little slow. We have coal up here. Stone over here. More stone down here. I mean, we have all of our resources kind of in hand. It's just that we don't have a lot of iron, and we're going to need a lot of iron, but... oh, there's some more iron over there. I can always kind of just drag it over later. Actually, one thing that I do really like about this start is that there is a whole bunch of landmass like right here that I can build on, so that's good. So we can always just drag some of that iron over later. So now that we have Robro out of the way here, I'd like to double click to make him go away. I think I'll try that next time. Let's see. What can we do right now? There's not a lot we can do because we're at the very beginning of the game, so we're stupidly going after ores here. There we go. I haven't unlocked a lot of things yet, but we will get iron ore, and we do have a few goals for what we want to build. We can't get a miner just yet because we actually need to research that. So, early game research. I'm going to be trying to dive bomb for logistics research as well. As we can see here, we have some of our happy little hotkeys. We have a bunch of hydrogen fuel rods, just enough to get us started. I'm going to be primarily eating coal, and you're going to see I'm eating a lot less trees this time around. The reason for that is that if I get bottlenecked on organic crystals early, I want to be able to preserve these trees for later so I can chop them down all at once. So, the fabricate menu should be able to make 10 of these now. Nice. And really nice Kickstarter thing that this game likes to do is that it'll give you some resources for free. But one of my other goals here, to be honest, is that I really want to automate a lot of processes that are in this game. And when I say automate, I do just flat out mean I spent a lot of time in my last playthrough just going and doing things on my own, just watching things happen. My goal this time is to just crush everything and really just have everything built so that anytime I need it, I can just walk up to it. Yes, I have. Thank you. Wow. There we go. Alright. So, this is going to take some energy. We actually need to eat some coal here in a second. But fortunately, we have enough stuff. So how many miners? Just one. And look at this, we can only get this much at the start. Yep. We know. Now the other interesting thing right now is that we are just sitting right on the equator. Now another thing that I tried to do last time was to make a little universal bus, Factorio style, and run it around everywhere. You actually don't want to run your bus north to south. If you can avoid it, you want to run it east to west. Let's see, we're actually short on iron still. That's fun. So let's get iron from the miner. Yeah, the thing about the grids that gets me a little bit is that these grids end up working to your advantage unless you are building closer to the poles. And then they become a problem. But you can see here we're already running low on fuel, so I'm going to need to eat some coal snacks. Yeah, I have a feeling different planet sizes are coming in the future, but logistics tech, it's no accident that I did this first. Getting belts is important, getting sorters is important, getting storage boxes is fairly important. Yes. We're going to show what that does right now. Maybe. I'm actually short on copper, which is a little annoying. But we'll do it like this. We're not really too concerned about optimal placement.
One of your production facilities is not powered. You
Yes.
need to keep it within the power coverage area.
Thanks, game.
And supply it with power facilities in order to maintain its normal works.
Now it all just feels passive-aggressive when the robot's saying this, so it's nice to have an antagonistic relationship, but we will get that power on there very soon. So I think my goal is we're going to want to use this area over here. Let me just pull up the map. It's a little hard on the dark side here, but this is largely going to be our early production area, and this is going to be largely our smelting area, and we're going to kind of feed things into there. So I start with 20 belts, which isn't really a lot, thank you. And we have some stone we can get as well, so we need coal first.
When putting a conveyor belt, all you need to do is determine the starting point and the end point of it. In addition, use the up arrow key to lift up one level.
Interesting that I didn't get any free boxes.
Drop down one level after the conveyor belt is lifted. Press keypad 0 to reset the construction height of the conveyor belt to the ground. If you don't want the conveyor belt to be attached to the belt, you can try holding down the shift key.
Alright, so
Storage, which can be
please stop. Alright,
the sorter is a transportation.
please stop. So apparently all tutorials are necessary. That's the lesson we've learned today. But the important thing about this box, and I technically could limit the size I want it in the box, but we're gonna max out everything here because I'm gonna be a hungry little robot. And I'm gonna need to eat a lot of things here. Which means, unfortunately, we're going to have to be doing a little bit of walking back and forth, at least just for the first part of this. Which stone do I want? Because I'm going to want glass, I'm going to want other stuff out of this, but I think this is going to be easier to run the logistics here. So, alright. So if we do it like that, and we're just going to keep this area back here for smelting, which means maybe I should put this on the other side if it's going to let me. It might not because of the water. Yeah, that was my fear. Okay, so we'll do it like this, and we'll just run the belt sloppy. Like we do a little spaghetti now, so we don't have to do it later, is I guess the plan. But anyway, we have things we need to be researching by hand, such as these and these. Which is interesting because those are the two components for blue science. And eventually I'm going to need to be making some belts by hand as well. So we need to go ahead, pop out some stone. Can I make another box? Maybe. But like I said, my goal here in the very early portion of this... Yeah, we're going to have to wait on that box. My goal in the very early portion of this, it's going to start maybe a little slower than other things, and there are some absolutely fantastic diagrams that you can find online places, but we don't have any production just yet because we need to actually manually research metallurgy here, and we have our upgrades flashing as well. There are a few things I'm going to want to upgrade, but not just yet. Vertical construction is one of the things I'm really looking forward to taking advantage of. This time I'm going to be using a lot of boxes as like sort of vertical sorters, but the problem is that I won't be able to do that until a little bit later. So let's go ahead and make this kind of sloppy. I can make 2 of these right now, so we need to eat our Wheaties. We're not getting... Notice we're at 107 per minute here. We're at 0 per minute right there, but 150 is kind of our normal goal speed. So that we started with a tiny iron vein doesn't really help our cause right away. But let's see. I need to build belts. We're just going to need to build a lot of belts. So let's see. If we put stone over here... Thank you. Now we're going to fix some of this a little bit later. But at least for the time being, one thing I really need to do, other than move this around, because I just want to start putting resources in boxes. You can see I'm already getting a lot of coal up here, but I need to really start getting my melting going. Which means I'm going to need to move this power thing down here.
You built a smelter.
Yes, I did.
Can smelt basic materials.
Yes, it does. Please stop. Alright, so the first part of this is apparently just me begging this to stop. Although that tooltip's pretty good. You can actually...
You have a building.
Yes, I know I have a building. This game is just like aggressively, let me help you. Please let me help you, human. You don't know what you're doing.
After selecting the...
Oh my god. It really wants to tell me about cutting and pasting. Alright. Well, we'll get there. Right now we're going to be handcrafting a whole bunch of belts. And it's going to be fun. Maybe. Although right now this one's not doing a lot for the same reason. So it's just a lot of babysitting at first, but it will all be worth it when this show gets on the road. Like, I just need to get a few belts going, and we're going to be running our first kind of big set of production lines through here. It's going to look a little silly, because what I'm immediately doing here is running this backwards. But my goal eventually is to run my iron lines together. So we're going to try our best to kind of stay on our lines here. And we have another smelter we can put down here. One thing I really am going to have to adjust for, though, is that I need to watch out for the fact that I don't have, like, a whole bunch of... Well, there's a few things I don't have a bunch of, but I don't have a bunch of drones, for starters.
You have done building the first power.
Alright.
You have a building without recipe set.
Yes, I know.
You have a...
Okay, I'm going to do the settings one more time. I don't like going in the settings menu very much, but apparently since all tips are necessary, only show important tips. Surely.
You have a building without recipe.
Okay, I have some feedback for the developers. This is now coming up all the time. And it's driving me a little crazy. Alright. So what I'm going to do here next is going to look a little crazy, but that's part of the fun. We're going to need a lot of these. And we're going to need a lot of these. And we're going to need some of these. And we're going to need more of these. One of the things that's really nice, though, is just how slow everything moves now. But we do have, and some of this is going to be temporary. I'm going to make like my own wind farm later. But for now, we just need more energy. Can I build some more boxes, please? That'd be lovely. And all I'm going to do with those boxes for the time being is just box up my magnets, box up my other stuff. Kind of need to do the same thing here. Just we have our copper belt, we have our copper causeway. You can build one more of these. Yeah, early game logistics, very exciting. And we don't need to fill this like completely with plates. We just need to do enough plates. And technically I shouldn't be using these as power lines, but I'm going to be kind of tearing apart and rebuilding my power grid a little bit later, so it's not a big deal. Alright, I can build one of those. Nice. Alright, so how's our coal storage doing? And you'll notice I don't have any research right now, which is a little bit of a pro gamer move, I guess. But one of the logistics I really want to get to is this. But at this point, I'm just trying to set up my infrastructure. So I will be getting through this research real fast. There we go. We're eating fossil fuels for days. And you know what? Maybe I can drop one of my windies over here. Can almost make it. Like, if I look at my power consumption right now, it's a little dicey. It's a little touch and go. But we are almost where we need to be. Which means I need to make a crap ton of these. Like, so many of these. So yeah, enjoy watching me make this stuff for just a little while. And then research here. We need 10 of those, and we need more iron plates. The nice thing about making belts, though, is that it makes 3 per. So that's good. So eventually we'll be able to do this. So, what's the plan? Plan is very straightforward, as it were. We're going to be taking our copper plate production, which is still going. This is also going to need to kind of dive down here. This is definitely going to need to dive down here. Like, these boxes are just really temporary storage here. Alright, now what I'm trying to do is to keep this a little bit expandable. Which means I need to remove you and put you, like, over here. And we're just going to go a little crazy. Now, I have not actually unlocked an assembler yet. So we're definitely going to need to queue that up next. Because, like I said, my plan here is to take the assembly process and literally just put it all right on the equator. Alright, look at all those conveyor belts. And we've got to build even more conveyor belts. We've got to build research. We're just having a good old time. So now it's play a game of watching the drones go around. But the important thing is that I have my resources. I have a whole bunch of fuel here, but if you notice, I have a really big brain drain from my drones flying around. They take a ton of power. Just an absolute crazy amount of power to let them fly around. So that's going to be one of my early bottlenecks. While we're here, can I build any more towers? Yes, I can. Can I build any more power lines? Finally, I can. Like I said, I'm automating all of this time. So it shouldn't be nearly as much of a problem as it was in the last game. Alright. Now, you may ask yourself, what in the world am I doing? It's like I'm going to be making some macaroni art. So there we go, we can now research science. We won't be doing a ton with science just yet. But let's see, I need to make more belts, don't I? It's make belts, the game. I need to make some of these. And I need to make some gears. Which means I need plates. Like I said, this is why we just put a place for everything, and everything has a place. Alright. Because this is all stuff I fly through super fast while that's going. Look at that, I'm already out of power. This is so good. Maybe I should be upgrading my mech power core first, but look, now we're not getting spammed, which is nice. So I'll just sit here for a second. Anything I can build that's kind of helpful at this point. We're going to need more smelters. So I might as well, I'm going to need some more storage boxes for sure. Those are things I can pre-build. I can pre-build power structures. And it looks like I did decide to actually be smart and try to build my tech here. But look, even when I'm out of power, the game will still let me do things. But all we're going to be doing, we're not going to be doing like some big bus line across the equator. That's not the plan. But yes, we do need more of these, which means we need more of these. My poor drones, they're just like, stop, please. Please stop. Alright, so this is where I get to refer to my handy-dandy spreadsheet that's here. Because there is another sort of path that we're doing as well that's a little bit dumb, but a little bit fun. As, once again, my poor coal-eating ways are just not doing good enough. Just can't keep up with all the drone power, but once I get this stuff done, it's going to be a lot simpler. Like, I don't have any of those built just yet, but now I can build a lot more. But the very first thing I want to automate, even if I have to move my production later, is these belts. The second thing I want to automate, even if I have to move my production later, is the sorters. It may not be the most efficient thing to do at first, but it is what we're going to be doing. Is once again, just the fact that I'm hard building all of this stuff here is making this a little bit of a nuisance, but it's not a big deal. I'm just going to go ahead and plop down a sorter over here. I said sorter, I meant assembler. Mouth words are difficult. And we're going to make some snakes. Oh, look, it's a building that doesn't have a designation here. So we need chips. And let me double check and make sure here. For the conveyor belts, we just need gears. For the sorters, we need chips. So that's fine. You know what? Let's do this another way. Let's get greedy here. Let's go ahead and do our belts first. Well, how can we do belts when we don't have anything else? Oh my god. Alright, well that's an easy mistake to clean up. Got raw iron on here instead of correct iron. At least it's the same belt. And this is all stuff I'm going to need anyway. So I'll just go ahead and eat all this up. Should have the inventory space for it. In fact, it's probably a good idea if I go ahead and put some plates together here. But all I need to do is make some assemblers. I'm going to be pre-making assemblers too. It's just literally pre-make the game. And how many smelters do I need? Because I need to be making some more iron plates and some rings right now. But look, my power's coming back. We just gotta wait a few more seconds while that goes through, so no time like the present to run my other stupid lines. Like, we're gonna be doing some work with stone here. And this stone is gonna go right here? Yeah, probably just here. And then we're gonna have, two other fun little lines. And we'll start them right here, even though they don't necessarily need to start right here. It's just for consistency's sake that we're starting them right here. So we have stone, and please tell me... Okay, I did mess that up, so that's nice. See, this is good. This is nice to be having to think out loud about all this stuff. Because what I'm going to be doing is taking smelted stone over here and running it along with two other important components. Those components are going to be, first off, we have gears here, which means that we put this over this way. So we make some happy little gears And I know I'm not running iron plates right now. That's about to change. Because these are like the core early game things that I need. So this is one set of automation done. Because it's just gears and iron plates. And you see what's going on here is that we're eating all the iron plates right now, so... There we go. Another smelter never hurt anybody, though. Alright. And honestly, we're going to need some more. We're going to need more of this than really anything else right now. So draw off the line, draw off the line. And then I'll show you something that the game was trying to tooltip for me that I did not take nearly enough advantage of here. So I can use left caret to do this. Should be able to do... Oh, well. Recipe copied for magnet, and then I can put magnet there. Copy, paste, paste. Save myself some trouble. Alright, so what are we missing? We're missing the fact that I've never had you grabbing for this. Alright, so 2 more assemblers. And you guys are underpowered right now, aren't you? Well, I did say I was going to make a big old wind farm over here. So let's put that dream together. And the thing is that once again, this is meant to be like early game. So this is something that I don't know if I'll necessarily need to like tear it down later, but at least I can have it. Let's see, once again, we look at this, our power needs with all the assemblers are going up, but our wind generation is going to be good. And just like that, we have a bunch of copper plates that are just doing their thing. We do need one more smelter here, so let's make a few. And that'll be stone in just a minute. You all need power. So this will be fine. Now the other thing I didn't take enough advantage of was limiting the size of my boxes. I never found myself really needing to take more than a few things, so what I am building here is going to be what other people that are better at this game call a mall. And not like a mall like it's going to maul you like a wild bear. Literally just a shopping mall. Although I wouldn't be opposed to like wild bear mauling. Alright. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need 2 assemblers for rings. So we'll do one more up here. 1 for stone should be okay to get us started. But I'm definitely going to need to do some smelters for glass and stuff later. Hopefully I'll remember, but if I forget, I need a nice reminder that I need to be boxing up some of the stuff. Okay, you need to be linked in here, and that'll be fine. All right. So pretty much everything early in the game is made with just a few key ingredients. Like I said, we're sticking to the equator right now because that way we have the widest set of production. And we're already running out of these, which is fine. I can make a lot of these now, which is excellent. Like I said, just need a little bit of momentum, and I don't care that I'm using MK1 sorters. Technically, it's nice because they have a lower power draw. And these belts don't use any power at all. But this is me setting up passive production early. So whatever happens here happens. So chips take copper and iron. These rings take magnet and copper. Which maybe I do need a second copper smelter, we'll see. And then right here, right away, look, I've suddenly gotten all of the resources I need to, let's put those there and these here. But I can make blue science now. Like, I don't have to wait for anything else. I don't have to get anybody's permission. I can just do blue sciencing right now, which is pretty exciting. Now, granted, there's a few other things I kind of need to do. Some upgrades that'd be pretty useful. That maybe I can do that first. And we'll want to do that first. Thermal power can wait. That can wait. That's important. That's even more important. So anything that we can do to get like the MK2 sorters and stuff in a hurry, which means this has a prerequisite down here for the magnetic drive, which is fine. We're going to be bouncing all over the place. If you've never seen me stream before, this is me bouncing all over the place the game. So one thing we're just going to do right here, just while I'm building up this other stuff, is, can I make more than one of these?
You can use it to make super matrices.
Yes, we can. Okay, so I'm going to be spending some time making some glass here. But my goal is going to be to just drive these along. And I'm just going to be feeding blue science in here. And you're going to see me moving around my science stuff a lot. Because we're going to be producing some other stuff here. So you need power. I'm going to put power there because these labs cannot be set right next to each other. Alright, so... And you're not made yet, but you're being made now. Cool. Alright, so... Rings and chips. Stack one on top. And like I said, this is not the permanent location for this at all. This is actually taking away directly from the production line. But while I'm building, I might as well ought to be researching. Because we have everything set up for that. And I know it's 42 minutes into the stream, but hey, I had some other fun issues early. But look, we have 6 pretty little lines. We have one thing that's automatically being made. Now, I do want to automatically make sorters as well. But what we're going to have to do for the sorters is going to involve taking away from this a little bit, which is fine. Like I said, our goal is to be flexible and to move this stuff around. But yeah, we're going to get a lot of research unlocks here.
Unlock the universe exploration.
Yeah, that's nice. Alright. In fact, how much does it take to make an assembler? Alright. If I look at my spreadsheet again, which I'm not posting up here right now, magnetic rings, box, storage box, gear, assembler. Alright, cool. We're going to do it like this. So drop a box down here. Drop an assembler here. Drop... Oh, that's too close. You always have to leave some room. Like one gap in space. Or else you won't be able to pass along. And now we need to make some more, so... Making 3's fine. We'll be able to get some plates passively in just a minute. But we can go ahead and see what our production kind of looks like here. As once again, the really nice part is that we just have research automatically going. So this is going to be a gear. And this is going to be a storage box. And then we are actually going to make a storage box for storage boxes. How fun is that? I mean, this is obviously Dyson Sphere Program, so everything that's a logistical victory is fun. So we'll put the fun factor at like plus 17 because we got boxes for our boxes. And you actually need stone. So I'm not sure why I had the gear there, but whatever. Storage gear, assembler box. Does the smelter require gear? I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. Okay, so gear's just going to be for you. Which you're still being built. Cool. So stone and iron plates. Iron plates here. And then see, we're going to run into a little bit of power consumption issues again, but it's all fine. Because unlike last time I was playing through this where I would just spend a really long time trying to build assembler NK2s, this save game we are going to be automating that entire process. In fact, one thing I'm going to do here, just to remind myself of it now, is to make some room for the MK2 by making two gaps, by making a 2-space gap here. And the reason for that is that you can still run your logistics line over here. It'll go 3 spaces. But what you can also do is, so we need gears, chips, and stuff. And we're going to be moving our science in just a little bit. This is why I made double chips. Because right now, these matrix things are trying to do their stuff, but now, when I want to make some other stuff, I can just kind of pass it through. But look, I don't need to make assemblers in my inventory anymore. It's really exciting. No, I mean, that's a good point, where there's going to be backups later. But one thing I'm definitely doing for these storages is just dropping them here. But my goal is going to be to just literally, I'm feeding everything off the same line early, and eventually I'm going to be stacking up boxes and putting other stuff up at a higher height. But we don't get to do that until Red Research, so... Okay, we're going to be moving our sciences here in just a little bit. So how much more room do I have? Oh, we got plenty of room. Okay. Thank you. So we definitely still need to research a little bit because I need to make my motors on this line. All right. Which that'll be coming in just a little bit. So what's next? Should be assembler, smelter, and power poles. Cool. And, you know, just for the sake of consistency here, a smelter costs 4 of these things. Let's put a box next to here just so that way we know where the boxes are. And I put that way too close. I will get better about that. I'm just a little sloppy. But you see, we have MK2 sorters right now. I'm going to be pretty much... There's a reason I haven't built these yet. I'll put you up here. Alright. But yeah, making smelters all the time is just one of my pet peeves. It'll be really nice just to have a stack of them all the time because I got a great comment in one of my videos on YouTube that was pretty much lamenting the fact that they were looking for help with green science and did not get it from my video. And I think that's a very fair point because green science is a pain in the ass. But my goal this time is to knock that whole ordeal out of the park. Alright, so how are we doing? We're low on chips. But the reason we're low on chips is because they're being eaten for research. So, one thing I could do... Well, first off, one thing we're definitely doing here is, we don't have a bunch of iron production because right now our iron's being filled by one thing. We do have a lot of copper production, but I think it's going to be better. This will be fine. If we put this storage box up here. And we need to reset the limit here. Means we can put this power line right here. Look, I just shut off my whole factory. That is a good move. And then we're just going to put another assembler over here. I did chips as line 2, right? This was a smart move, right? All right. So we do need more chips. That's totally fine. Like, this is way, way better than dealing with Dad's spaghetti. I'm gonna make some basic MK1 sorters. I know I don't technically need to do that a lot, but I'm gonna make a few. And then, there we go. Alright, so supply lines time. We need this. We need some of these. I don't need a second smelter yet. I do need to get some coal. Look, we're using wind energy and coal power. Maybe some kind of combined arms solution for power generation isn't a terrible idea, if only coal didn't, like, spit poison everywhere. Okay, so there's that. We need to... Oh, I know what I can do here. Oh, this is fun. Okay, so this is going to be feeding these things, and you can see this can barely keep up. But what we can do, as we're just manually researching all the things right now anyway, I'm moving so slow as well. Can I upgrade that yet? Is that a reasonable thing for me to upgrade? Not yet. Almost. So, just so we can get other shit made. Let's move you guys down here. Like I said, I promise I'm making a snake. Alright. Oh, messed it up again. Alright. And one more power pole, which is actually the next thing we're producing over here. And then it looks like we're almost... Oh, that looks so good! I love it. Alright, let's get the UI out of here for a second. See if this is potentially our... I mean, it's a nice concept. Work in progress. Please forgive me. This game still feels really nice to take screenshots of sometimes, even if I'm never gonna win a contest. All right, thank you. All right, so what are you lacking? You're lacking plates. Okay, so you can see here the ever predictable early plate bottleneck has reared its head. So, let's get some miners. Have I actually done a miner line yet? I don't think I have. Were miners supposed to be on this? Okay, miners are after the stake turn. Cool. Okay. So we got a bunch of shit in this box. We're gonna need all of it. I'm gonna go ahead and do some of this, because how's our power right now? Our power is outpacing. But where was that iron? Like, look, we still have some spaghetti. Okay, there's iron. Ooh, there's iron over there. And then we have, like, the planet vein distribution. So stone, iron. Okay, so that's a lot of iron. I am glad that I built near... Oh, we have some crude oil up there. Coal vein, iron. Okay, so cool. We can use this as our fracking operation as well. Fracking is fine in this game, I guess. Alright. So is there a reason our research has stopped? By the way. Probably because we're at the end of the line and production's getting taken because we need iron. So, Look, even though we can't fly, we still have little jetpacks doing their best. Alright, so Shift and R to do this. Okay, that's good. That's good. And then we're just going to put 2 windmills over here. And see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm at the 30° north. This is where stuff changes. This is why I'm building on the equator as best as possible. But this is going to be kind of my second main line for stuff. You see, I'm not even smelting over here. This is literally just a mining. Literally just a mining operation. So we're going to have to play with the really slow drones again. But that's alright. What can I pre-build while I'm here? Probably need another miner. I'm absolutely going to need some more smelters. How many smelters do I have? 5. That'll do. Don't really have assemblers right now. Gonna need some grabby boys. And any research stuff that I can pre-build. Frame is those things which I just unlocked. Drive engine. Okay. I can build a bunch of those. Alright, so iron's gonna come this way. And all 5 of these smelters are going to be making are going to be doing iron. So this is good. We're just going to follow our happy little planetary lines and let these drones work at their slow-ass pace. Because it's the early game. Everything's slow. That's part of the fun. But the autosave is not hiccuping and making everything break, so that's good. Alright. Have to let these build. So, maybe not all these. Alright. I don't think I've avoided the stone very, very well. Let's stay on the lines, try and be organized here. So, my drones are trying. Okay, and then one thing I can try not to miss out on is mining for resources. Like, that's titanium there that I would have just destroyed and not gotten. So, drone construction control, drone flight speed. Okay, we want those. We want that eventually. We want that one pretty soon. Alright, cool. Alright, now I'm making this really long. And there is a pretty good reason for that. In fact, we're going to stop it right here. Let's go ahead and park some smelters down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We grabbed our own power station for a reason here. Alright. Like I said, this is all temporary. Alright, and then we have second line. And if I do this right, should be able to drop this back down over here. Now I know there's ways you can make it glitch and do like half height builds. I'm not really interested in that, not because I'm not interested in glitches, but because it's a lot to keep up with constantly building like that the whole time you're playing. But this is another good place for cut and paste tactics. In just a second. Alright. Please, please finish. Thank you. Could have built a Dyson Sphere in that time. So, copy. It's interesting how the copy doesn't always copy. There we go. So we're definitely about to not be short. Like if we look at our production now, it's good. Our power is good. And this will all run together. And we shouldn't be short on iron anymore. Hooray! Problem solved. Give me some of those belts. Alright, next up. Last part of this stretch is the electricity poles. And we're going to leave a little gap just so that we can leave room to upgrade the other poles here before too long. So how many assemblers do I have? 39. That's pretty nice. 12. And that's just one spot in my inventory. I only need to have one here, and this one only needs to be limited to one. Alright, so we'll put the box here. Put the assembler. Okay, one space, two space. And then if we're making these lines, I don't think I need to make gears for them. Nope. Alright, so our power system. Ooh, our power draw is angry. Okay, well we'll deal with that in a minute. So I'm so stupid. I'm not getting research because I didn't connect those. Oh, it's quality Asher content right there. Alright. Just let the relaxing music pump into my veins. We all make mistakes. Sometimes even live on Twitch. Alright, so you need plates. And these things. Alright, so our consumption here is good again. So, what's the plan now? Well, I'll tell you, and it's an exciting plan. We're going to do something really messy here. Like I said, I'm leaving an intentional gap right here. This is to facilitate spaghettification of my base later in the game. Like, we have the whole friggin' planet to work with. And if I drop an assembler... Well, let's see. How it's gonna work is we drop an assembler right here. We have access to those three lines. I'm gonna drop you guys down here.
Your production compound has reached a certain scale.
There we go.
Now click the statistics panel button at the bottom right corner of the screen to view statistics. It includes the output consumption of each item, electricity data, etc. Use these dynamic data can help you to manage your production base.
I know how I'm going to do this, but it's going to be a little different than I originally planned it, and that's fine. It'll be fun in its own way. Like I said, my goal is to be more organized. How am I doing? Because, see, one of the problems right here is that, oh no, how am I going to get all these metals and stuff over here? Well, just raise the altitude a little bit. You may say it is a little silly for me to do it this way, and you're totally right. But if I can't be a little silly in a game, then what's the point? Alright. So we'll keep those there later. And if I need to snake them back under here one more time, that's absolutely what we will do. Messy Asher art. Yeah, I was actually really bad at macaroni art, so let's see. A miner. We do need a gear for this, so... Actually, hang on. Let's do it like this. So you can put a storage box, maybe. Can only make one storage box. I need to get some more stone. Okay. Because we're gonna need... Oh wait, no, I don't. I have a box of boxes. I literally said this how long ago? Okay, so we need a gear. We need wind production. All right. So my box of boxes. Boom, 50. And then we're going to keep this area a little clear, so I'm actually going to put the box slightly further away than I normally would. Okay. Okay, I need to make more of the MK1 sorters, but I can't for some reason. I love this. The game just sometimes is like, nah, you can't do that. I think it's because I'm low on plates. Alright, so it'll be nice when I can go faster. You know what I didn't do? Did not end up making a stone smelter. Just to put a storage box here for stone blocks. So that's good. Stone. And whatever, no one's going to pay attention if I use my fast sorters for this. And we don't need this to be full of stone blocks, we just need a few stone blocks. Alright. Like, we got a bunch of stone here. And we're absolutely going to be needing to smelt some other stuff before too long. This is fine. We need some hydrocarbons. But we need plates. Man, this is so great. Like, you're backed up on plates. I think I'm going to turn all these into magnets in a little bit. But my magnets are fine for now. And I had a whole box of plates just sitting here. So that's fun. Okay. I have 280, that's fine. So see, we can build this, but we need to do stuff with glass. Alright, so... handcrafting these. See, now I can make a bunch. So, what have I learned since my first playthrough of this game? One thing I've learned is to accept your limitations, enjoy looking at other people's stuff online, but don't freak out about it. Like, I'm really just following my own design path here, and there's nothing wrong with that. Is it the most optimal thing in the world? Maybe not. But at the end of the day, it's going to make a Dyson Sphere. So that's pretty cool. What was this going to be? A miner, right? But all I'm doing is just investing a little bit of time now. We need magnets and plates. I'm just investing time now so I don't have to invest time later. And over here we're going to need magnets, chips, and plates. It's like all this stuff requires the same things. And then you get to be limited down to 1. But what this will really help me do is if I just want to make a production planet later, I don't have to be intimidated about stuff. Gears. Would really help if I fed the gear machine. Now, it may seem a little silly having one gear supply both of these, but the thing is that this is going to take the gear that it needs, and then eventually this will take the gear that it needs. So that works. Can probably build a few of these passively right now because my power consumption is going higher and higher. It's like SimCity. We just have brownouts all over the place. And I do have thermal power unlocked. I think. I'm working on it. It's in the... Oh, it's not in the queue. We will have thermal power available. We'll have this available. We need this available, in fact, for what we're doing next. We can't do that yet. And then some of the stuff we don't need to really worry about, but I'll go ahead and pre-queue it anyway. Can't do that. Queue's full anyway. Cool. Wind farm time. I was so concerned the first time playing this game, just about making sure that all my stuff was in the right spot. But yeah, I am using so much more power right now. It is great. Can I not make more of you? Let's just go whole. Let's go a little crazy. Like if we want power, we're gonna freaking get power. Because if we look at this planet's power generation, wind ratio is 100%. So that's good. Alright. Like, this has no organizational scheme to it. I probably do need to keep that stone. Oh, what? There's a one I can build here. Good. Because anything I can do to not use power lines and just stretch my power grid over here, because I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff with oil. Alright. This is fine. Okay, how's my power now? That's better. Interestingly, only better, not like all the way there. Let's drop another one. And another one. Like I said, we can always move these later. Alright. So there's my poor drones. Yeah, my goal this time is also not to be spamming solar panels all over the place. We'll see how that goes. So thanks to those of you who are watching. We're now hour and 13 minutes into the stream, and we are cutting our first tree. That's so different from the first time I played this. Now, I may have run over a few trees on accident, but what I'm going to do right now is jump over this building, put a box right here. This is where all of our plant shit goes. That's our plant box. We'll want that for organic crystal generation earlier. So see, 16 things here. My first intentional deforesting. Yeah, everything else is clearly a lie. But right now, look, we have 20 miners, 17 thing here. So one gear production is good enough for all of that. All right, what's next on the magical spreadsheet? Gear, miner, lead box, slab box, sorter, gear, belt. Well, I already automated belts. This is actually better than I planned it. So let's see. Lead's easy. And we're going to keep this a little wider because we're keeping that space. Then a lead box. And then I believe the next thing I'm doing is going to be via assembler. And that's going to go in a box. And then we'll figure out our sorter situation in just a little bit. Yeah, the music dying is just... There we go. I was about to say I need my tunes. Alright, drone research. They fly slightly faster now. Okay. Have I not unlocked lead yet? That's cute. Oh, that's right. Okay. Because you don't make it via an assembler. You make it via a smelter. Alright. I've played this game before, I promise. Now, we will need a lot of lead later. But we don't need a bunch of it right now. And I want to be making foundational materials, but that'll be saved for this for later. So for now, if we want to be making these, we need to be making these. So we need another gear. And then we can draw from the line. But then I also need to draw from this box. So this is kind of the situation I was trying to avoid. We're going to have a small mess, but a mess. That's okay. Let's go and put this over here. You know what? I just did all that, and we can do even one better. So we're just going to put you down here, then assemble, assemble. It's way too close. Well, that's the fun part about live stream, though, is that you're suddenly like, oh, look at how many different degrees of screwing up I can do. Alright, so we have gear. We have this thing. Then we have this thing. And you're going to need power. So cool. Let's see if improving my drone tech has actually done me any good. And we don't need all the steel, we just need enough steel. Kind of like we're not going to need all the foundational material. They come in freaking stacks of 1,000. But we are going to need quite a bit because I'm going to be paving a lot more of this planet. Yeah, thanks, Dixieland Gaming. You are absolutely correct. It is a game of learning. And I'm only an hour and 9 minutes into the save, and I've already automated pretty much my early game. Like, even I can just have my science matrices up here, which is not something I was expecting. In fact, I might be able to just stack them a little higher, perhaps. Ooh, I need to be automating glass. Shit. Okay, well, after I do this, I'll make my glass automation. And then we'll see. Yeah, we don't really need anything else from this line over here. Can I sneak this through? That'd be great if I could. Oh. I think I can. Nice. Perfect. Except for that. Oh, no. Maybe it'll work if we just go like this and go right there. Alright, that's fine. So you can fit those on the coast. Alright, so we have these that are trying to build. But we're gonna have ourselves an upgrade party. So this needs iron. I gotta be mindful of the fact that I am running out of places to fit sorters here. So gear, ring, and iron again. Then you guys will feed in here. These are easy enough to build. Like, ideally I want to automate production of assembling machines and have them sit in like a little storage box, but you know, instead of doing this number, maybe we do that. And we just do this like down here. I know it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it's not the dumbest either. Like, oh no, Asher's freestyling. This is not what we want to see today. This is dangerous territory. So if we go down here like this... Shit, every time. Alright, still works. Yay! Only creative problem solving. You all are so optimistic. Okay. So all we need to do is put you down here. It's still technically a mini mall. And we need to make just a handful more of these. Did I just screw this up? I did. Oh boy, I did. Okay, that's fun though. Alright. Let's just, before we embarrass ourselves, remember that we have not unlocked belts yet. And we won't be for a while, so that's free inventory. Okay. We're gonna skip that research right now. And just go to this. Alright. Now where I screwed up is that I'm making these. I don't actually have production for this. Which is okay. Alright. Tear the whole thing down. That's part of the fun, right? So we will end up here. So if we want to make stage one of these, we can get elementary level dumb here and just bring this back real quick. Because to make these, we do need the chips. But we won't be needing the chips for the part 2. And for this one, we'll be needing the magnetic rings. Okay, that sucks a little bit, but we'll make it work. So we don't need you. Alright. Alright, for these, we need gears. Alright, this is kind of a preview of things to come. So, good of a time as any to do this now. Alright. So for you, it's your little motor things. And for you, it's gears. And for you, it's these crappy sorters. And then we just run you up very slightly, like that, then down very slightly, because we're done with our snake. This is exactly why we baked in some of the extra room.
Receive the ability to fly. Double-click the space key to lift off, and then use the arrow keys to control mecha movement. The moving speed will increase by 150%, with more energy consumed under flight mode. Pressing the Alt key can return the mecha to the ground during the flight.
We'll just make this a little simpler. We're not going for symmetry anymore. Not at this time. Alright, so that means these don't need to be here. Okay, we have power here, so one more time. Iron. You go there, but you also need electromagnets and iron plates. And you need chips and iron plates. And you need electricity. And you're going to be our number 2s. Belts are going to kind of have to be similarly stupid, but I'll be able to fill in the gaps by then. So we're really waiting on this tech. We're just kind of researching what we can right now. So 2 left. Is this going to work? Yes, it will. Alright. And once that's done, I'll be filled up with these, because we're going to need these to automate a lot. So I'm going to leave some extra room over here. I'm really looking forward to the patch update, by the way, where they will finally let you just replace things without having to delete them first if it's an upgraded model. That'll be nice. And now, max speed upgrade back on the menu. Inventory capacity back on the menu. Energy circuits. We're almost there. Alright. Okay, not there yet. Not there yet. Okay, so we're almost to that one. We can start setting the table for it now. So we got a bunch of these. Which means for, oh, actually I have none of those left. Sweet. Okay. How's our power? We're actually generating a reasonable amount of power. See if I can get my research any faster. Alright, good timing. Let's Lorax these trees. And these plants. And these plants. No organic crystals today, huh? Because we're going to go from having things nice and organized to the wheels not quite falling off, but we have to start dealing with some other resources that we're going to be getting. I speak for the trees. I speak for them because I ate their souls. Yes. Have you ever tasted trees such as these? Alright. It'd be nice if this stuff automatically went to your inventory, but I can see inventory filling up being a problem. So let's keep it like this. Alright. Miners. I have 3 miners. I'm only going to need 2. We're going to put this production... You know what? Scratch that. This is a really big vein. We are going to get 3. Because this is going to be our early game silicon. And it's pretty hungry. So we need some more utility poles. Oh my god, we made way too many poles. Whoops. We officially have too much electricity. Alright. Once again, we're trying to work as near the equator as we can for a lot of this production. But it's gonna kind of be its own thing too. I think 5 and 5 is a good enough start. If I could only count. And then we're going to be flowing all of this stuff this way. So all of our exit ore is going over here. All of our exit resources are going to the right. We're just building smelting infrastructure ahead of time. I still haven't set up glass. I'll do that after this, I promise. Okay, so... Alright, so silicon ore, which you can get from 10 stone. Okay, this takes a few tries for some reason. Is there a reason you're not connected to power? That would be why. Okay. And silicon plates. Now it works. Alright, so my power grid's not going to be happy with me in a moment. But we only need 1 box. We're just going to try to fill it up. Did I forget something? Yes. And you need power, so yeah. Okay, good. We have silicon plates. Oh. Oh, I see my mistake. Alright. That's funny and awkward. Promise, I don't usually try to be this organized. I usually don't care, but I promise you guys watching, I am making a concerted effort to turn a new leaf and be more organized and do things correctly. That's more of how it should be. Okay. Alright, so what do we need? We need some of this. How's our power? Not off the charts. We do have a lot of things we can do here. A lot of miners we can set here. Have I not done my inventory upgrade yet? It's in the queue. Okay. 10 Tesla towers. Oh, it's because this box is way too full. Hey, Spartan, hope you're doing good. This is the promised and illustrious new save where I have a box of boxes and things are way more organized, and I am trying to save all of my plant material. Just lots of basic lessons learned. And I'm actually running out of energy, so that's something worth fixing. Alright, look at all these windmills. They're just so beautiful, graceful. And I need more power. You know what? Let's up our snack game here. Get really stupid to not be able to do it this way. It's actually an assembler. No, it's a smelter. That's all we're gonna do. Let's drop another box down here. And we can have more efficient fuel pellets. Except for when that happens. It's like I have a whole assembly line of smelters and I just didn't grab one. Alright. Alright, so that'll be helpful. Yep. Ban Sassawell 04037. What? Ban. I can't even talk. Sassawell 04037. There we go. Well, hope you have good work, and hopefully I can figure out how to stream and officially ban things and otherwise set up things correctly that I should have set up a long time ago. But hey, it's all fun. Bots are stupid. Okay, we got a bunch of coal here. That's actually really nice because if you played this game before, you know how important coal becomes as a resource later on. But for now, this can all be smelting lands later. I'm about to accidentally destroy some trees for some windmills. It's fine. I talked to Mother Nature. She said, build a condo. But this is why we automate this stuff. Because now we have, like, how much of the planet is actually, okay. I don't actually know if you guys are connected, so we'll just drop one of you here. Alright, what's our power switch now? Okay, we're keeping up. So we'll want to make an automated thermal. I can fly again! Nice. We're not short on magnets. We're actually not really short on anything. So that's a plus. We even have our research taking off the main line, which I was fully expecting to have to move. Anyway, glass. Very important that I do glass. Might as well grab smelters while I'm here. And just like that, we have 51 smelters. This is how you make crazy planet-wide builds later. Research speed is too slow. Okay. I disagree. Okay, I think 4 smelters of glass is fine. Like, sure, our research could be a little faster, but it's all passive while other crap's going on. Alright, so glass. And once again, we need to do the same thing with the box. And this may be something that I want to put to like a logistics station later. But I am going to go ahead and try to make a glass box now. And for some reason, my drones are going crazy. Alright. It'll be better once we get higher quality snacks. So, one of my goals with oil fracking is going to involve a lot of glass here. It's going to involve making some of these, which this is one of the reasons I put the rings on this side, on the outside. So we are going to get some more legit complaints about research right about now. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Done. Alright. Part of the fun, right? Now, officially at the end of the line, there's 3 of these things, and then 3 of these things. Look, I finally remembered to put them in the right orientation. Still no power, though. Maybe they have power now. I just love that this worked out better than my original plan. Would help if I actually passed some matrices on in there, though. I think I can actually use 2 sorters, maybe? We'll see if that works. I don't think it's going to. But there, now that that's on the end of the line, we have all this stuff. Finally, we can do this. Alright, so we need you to produce foundation, which takes stone and steel. And now we can start flattening the planet. Actually going to take this up to 4. So that was one thing that I tried way too hard to do, is to build around all this stuff. Alright, we have a few of these. I mean, this is all passive. It doesn't have to be fast. So we check our lines. Are we making enough iron? And also check the production graph. Looks like we're going 1 for 1 for iron. So let's see. We got some miners. We still have smelters. We have a lot of assemblers. Let's just drop some more iron in there just to be sure. I think the reason that it's going the way it's going is because I'm actually pretty close to, like, my line's full. But this is definitely something where I will be dropping faster stuff on there. So let's see, there's that copy. Not really a big deal to paste, but we're going to paste anyway. There we go. But yeah, like, it'd be nice to overwrite all these slow-ass things, but we're doing what we're doing. So power, how's it going? Power's great. Research is phenomenal. Look at that, look at that. It was all struggling before, and now it's like, me need more food. Alright. So we have our silicon going on over here. It's actually going a little slow, but it's going. Maybe. You know what? You guys are all trying to take stuff. But maybe if we had 2 of you take from this line, that might be a little more successful. Also might be helpful if I actually had you all drop off on the line. Like, that's a pretty hilarious misplay. Alright, cool. So, silicon's going better. That's why we go around to check. So, like I said, glass is the next thing that we're doing. We don't need all these now. I'll drop one of you over here for fun. So, from that glass, we're going to be making prisms right on schedule. Okay. And the reason we need that is because we need steel, which we have, stone, and these things. So we need a lot of these tiny little things. So we're going to automate that process here. And what we're going to start doing, and I'd love to go all night. I'd love to. But I'm going to start working towards the cleanup round for being able to do some more of this next time. And are we low on chips for some reason? Are we? Oh, we finally need more copper. Awesome. Okay. I did say there would be a time where we need more copper. And that time is now. But what my next goal here to do is that I'm going to be taking these resources. I have all my basic production together now, other than what I'm going to be doing here, which is having some prisms being made, boxing up some of those prisms, and then turning them into other little glass things, because we need to be getting the hydrogen stuff together so we can get the red research going. So 4 copper is probably fine. Yeah, that's probably fine. I think we can afford one more. Alright. Could have just pasted, but whatever. Alright. Just gonna hand make these. Alright. Cool. Alright, so we got all of our glass over here. We got way too much glass over here, which is okay. Made that mistake again. Alright, remember that part where I said I didn't really care about the fact that I'd been like an hour in and I hadn't done any tearing down trees? Well, we're about to say goodbye to the whole environment here. Bloop. Now granted, that's not building super fast, but it is building. So, foundation.
Foundation.
Yes. We will need soil for this. And I can totally press plus or minus to make it bigger. I just don't have, like, big foundation spots yet. Like, see, I don't have enough items. Yes.
You can click the
Alright. Wait a minute. I have to smelt prisms. Okay. Cool. No. That'd be hilarious if I haven't unlocked the ability to make prisms yet. Pretty sure I did, though. Right here. And an assembler with glass. I just didn't see it. Cool. This is fatigue setting in, which is totally fine. Not too bothered at all. Alright. I'm gonna need way more than that for prisms, but this is what we're gonna do for now. In fact, since I have everything, let's just do one more. Cool. Alright. So we need to make our little tower over here. And these require these plasma exciters. Plasma exciters are made in an assembler with prisms and rings. Which it looks like we're a little low on stone. That's really fascinating. Alright, well, we're gonna do one of the same things we already did here in just a minute, so let's screw up my power grid, thank you. Okay. Put you down here too. And probably need to change this. Probably need to change this sorter around in just a second. Alright. Then we don't want that there after all, we want this over here since we left the gap for it. Alright, so my plan here is, unlike my last save, where I completely ignored making these, we're going to make a bunch of these. Okay, so prisms. Hooray, prisms. So like I said, these are needed for other good things. And we need magnetic coils with them, so it's a little silly, but it's fine. I'm getting like one step ahead of myself there, because this is going to go over here. This assembler is going to do this. The storage box is going to do this, but hopefully not in the way of the actual path. Alright. Boop. It's like, if I hit this one time, what actually loses power? Alright, and then to make these, which these are really good for recharging yourself off your power grid. We need 3 plasma exciters, so screw it, we'll just do it like this. It's a little messy, but it's fine. Unless I can do this, which I can. Look at that! No mess! It's like bounty or some shit. Only problem is that we need to actually take the prisms down here. Which I always have to stare at the boxes a little too hard, be like, which one's prisms? Okay, we are gonna actually make ourselves a little more organized here real quick, because we are gonna need prisms for other things too. But now we have our glass products. What were these? Prisms and magnets? Cool. Alright, so what's my goal for the next video here? Like, you can see I've already got some Okay, we don't need potato chips here. My next goal is red research. And I'm honestly really close to it already. Because all I'm going to try to do here is to automate setting up my mining stuff. Or my oil refinery stuff. And yeah, we can totally make a lot more prisms out of here. This will be just fine. So, do you work? You're not working. Because I had you grab the wrong thing again. Alright. There we go. So we're just going to run these lines over here. We're going to put 2 boxes on the end of each. These are temporary boxes. And it would really help if I actually had you guys spit back out on the line. Cool. So let's hear prisms here, thingies here, and look at that. One more thing automated. So it's almost like we're making a factory where everything runs itself, unlike last time where I made a spaghettified mess of everything. So yeah, looking good. Like I said, we got our silicon going. We're not going to need it yet, but I want to have the production going now. In fact, I kind of want to maybe uncap that chest. Now that I'm thinking about it. Because we're going to need a lot of silicon, and I don't know if we're going to be able to get it right away. Chips and beams. We have this and this. So I can figure out what research I'm doing next time too. And then chippies I can just take off the line. Good way to test the pressure. But yeah, thanks for those of you that have popped in and everything. This is Asher, and this has been fun. And I can see now why this is being a little bit misbehaving. So I'm actually going to stop my foundation here for a second just so I can finish this research. So yeah, thanks for those of you that stuck around. Like I said, the goal next time, we do have some like text that I like that I want to do, but this is what we need. And to get red energy, we need energetic graphene. I can actually cue this now. We need energetic graphene and we need hydrogen. And the most reliable way to get hydrogen is to be refining plasma. But there's another tech that we really want in here, which is X-ray cracking. Which to get that, I'm pretty sure I need to do chemical engineering queue and then this. So we're going to need to start by getting some hydrogen ourselves, and then we'll move on to other stuff. Yeah, no, this is way more compact than what I had last time. And I mean, our research isn't going right now, but so that's fun. Our power's really high. Our production is good / surplus. We have a line of magnets and metals over here. A line of other basic resources over here. And hopefully some steel in just a second. There we go. Gonna need to remember to hook that up before I forget. Yeah, just a little bit of everything. So the last thing I'm gonna do here is to you know what we do? You know how we do this? If our line's feeling real slow, we just put 2 more sorters on here and call it a night. But yeah, we actually have a little energy power recharge station now, which is fine because I have the energetic graphene right here. And eventually what I'm going to be doing next time I stream, is that I will be taking the oil that's over here. We're going to be moving a lot of these ceiling fans around. And we're going to make an oil setup, which means I need to automate making oil extractor, which you see I'm going to need to do some more steel. Fortunately, steel production is really easy to automate. And the glass that we have, and so oil extractors and oil refineries. Now that I haven't ignored glass, it should go a lot easier. But this is 2 hours of gameplay, pretty much, and base at the nighttime, sure, it's fine. But like, look, the research is just blasting through. Everything's compact, everything's working. I will eventually break this, but like I said, I'm gonna be keeping a lot of these as the slow sorters because this is just automated passive building. Like, I have lots of good stuff, and I will continue to have lots of good stuff, and eventually we will, you know, I don't even need the storage box here, really, it turns out, but that's okay, we'll just keep it there for fun. But yeah, we have kind of everything we need. We have logistics techs that are coming next. Red researchers is coming next. But oh man, it's 2 nights in a row of late streaming is more of just a sign that I got work coming up, and work's gonna be fun. So I just want to have some fun playing some games while I could here. So Barrick, Dixieland, Spartan, who popped in a little bit, Jazzman, if you're still here. Thanks for watching. This is Asher if you're watching on YouTube. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. It always makes me happy to see comments. Get backseated if you have any other ideas for things I can shoot for next. You know, I'm very sorry I'm leaving some of you hungry with the lack of spaghetti here, but we shall persevere. As it's kind of funny looking over here. It's like, what am I running short on? What am I running short on? Because at least now that I have this stuff going, I don't have to worry as much about I can actually lay foundation and put these lines a little bit further back if I want to, or switch some of these things around. But yeah, that's it. I'm just blabbing now. So we'll do this again later this week, and it's gonna be a good time, and I am going to have a really hard time sitting on this save and not jumping right back in to play it until next time, but I did want to try and make this a full playthrough so people could see all the steps, thick or thin, mistakes, fixing, logistics, and all that. So Energy Matrix, we have our next goal in sight. This is Asher. Thanks for watching. I'm going to hit the stop recording button now. Have a good night. It's an awkward hand motion.